Hey everyone, we're back, and this is it's a pretty highly anticipated release, only because it's a pretty big number. I mean, an 18-year-old bourbon, you don't see a whole lot of those too often, and this is something that is, again, it's coming from Knob Creek, so let's tell you some details about Knob Creek 18. You ready for it?
Yep, they took all our 14-year-old picks we were doing, let them sit for a little bit longer.
And we just said, it was the smartest idea ever. Get those out of the single barrel pit program, create some more limited edition kind of expressions, tack a higher price tag onto it. I mean, we reviewed the Knob Creek 15 very favorably.
Yeah.
Last time we did
I like
this.
the 12 and the 15, really. Both of them were really good.
So we'll see what the 18 has in here. So this is going to be the latest release, but it also marks the oldest release that Knob Creek has ever done. And it's an introduction just in time for the 30th anniversary of the Knob Creek in Small Batch Bourbon Collection coming from Jim Beam.
Wow, 30 years.
30 years. That's how long. That's when Booker No had to go on the road. He used to hit it. We talk about right now going out and hitting the road, doing handshakes, and I'm so glad people do show up. But there's a great podcast we did with Kathleen B. Denadetto. Go and check it out, and talks about going on the road with Booker, and they'd show up to places and nobody would even be there. They didn't care. They didn't know what was going on. And it took years of doing that until people started showing up and actually packing rooms. That's where we're at now. Anyway.
We're all too familiar with that.
So 18 years, 100 proof, SRP of $170.
All right, so not quite $100 a year, but close.
Which, it's kind of weird. I just figured for the price, for the proof, the age, you should have just gone straight to 180. Or 200. I don't think $30 would have made that big of a difference to the consumer if they're paying for it.
Right. I feel like not knowing, haven't tried this or anything, I feel like you're going to love it. Because you love Elijah Craig 18.
Yeah, so. I do. It's a different distillate, different type, but we have not even opened this up or put our noses to it, so here you go. First time. Onto the nose.
It's oaky.
It's oaky, but not the sweetest oak. I'd say mild oak. It's a spicy oak.
It's a fiery oak. It's pissed off oak.
Is that what it, because it's not sweet, but it's not totally bitter.
No, it's not bitter. There's some fruitiness with it. Some it's like a little bit of pear flavor, kind of like pear.
I can see that.
Yeah, pear with some oak. The oak is definitely the pronounced, but I get some like pear notes with it.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Like just a fresh ripe pear.
It's like just a green pear as soon as you bite into it, you kind of get that on your fingertips. All right, on to the taste.
There's some good sweetness on the front end. It's got that, I always think this drinking Knob Creek or Beam distillate, that really rich cornbread flavor. Fred talks about all the time, but there's some good brown sugar, some corn.
Definitely got brown sugar. A lot of brown sugar.
A lot of brown sugar on that. Ton of vanilla. I know these are very basic notes, but they are on the front. But then it
hit that flavor wheel, Ryan. What else is next?
But then it kind of explodes into this tannin explosion.
I was about to say. I was waiting for you to say that because definitely has this. It's a dark tannin. It's not the sweet oak. It definitely has just a little bit more of a oomph.
Yeah, it's definitely a drier tannic. Like it hits that front palate, and you're like, ooh, sweetness, and then it just explodes, and like now I'm parched.
But here's the cool thing about it is that I enjoy this only because there's not many places that you can get an 18-year-old type of bourbon and experience something like this. Most today you get a lot of 5-6-year-old bourbon, and you don't get the same kind of flavor profile. Is it bad?
No.
Is it great? No, but it's just a unique experience.
And I think this would be an excellent pairing with a cigar because it's got this big boldness and really stand up to tobacco. Not the tannins, I'm saying, I think it would really complement with a cigar.
I definitely agree. If I was a big cigar person, I would let you know. But let's go ahead and let's rate this. So on the nose, where are you at here?
Thumbs up. I like it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And the taste?
Thumbs up. I like it. I like the front and mid palate.
Yeah, like I said, this is one of those things that it's a unique experience only because you don't get a whole lot of flavors like this very often. Is it the greatest thing I've ever had? No, but I think it's still worthy of a thumbs up.
Yeah.
And the finish.
I'm gonna go sideways just because I'm really sensitive to oak and bitterness, and his like really kind of bitter and just really dry on my back palate, and like I want to move on to something else. But the front and mid palate were great on this.
Yeah, and for the finish at 100 proof, it's probably what you would expect.
Yep.
With that, that's our review of Knob Creek 18 year. With that, cheers everybody, and we'll see you next time.